Okay, so today we are going to discuss about the operator precedence, type conversion, and the associativity of the operators with respect to the variables. So these are the three topics which I wanted to cover in this particular class. So let me share the slides. Yeah, you're able to see the slides?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So type conversion, precedence, and associativity. There are the three topics. Let me start with first type conversion. Okay. So what exactly the definition of a type conversion is? You're trying to modify the data type of one variable into the other data type. That is called typecasting. So it is simply defined as it is a way to convert a variable from one data type to the another data type. In the example, if you want to store a long value into a simple integer, then you can typecast long to an integer. How do we do it? So let us see. It is something like no. You carry some books in your college bag, and you feel that only one note is required in a particular day. You would like to take the whole bag, or simply you wanted to keep a note separately on your hand, or you wanted to take the bag. Generally, what do you do? Generally, in a particular day, all subjects are there, you carry all the notes, right or not? But by particular day, only one subject is there. So you would like to take the whole bag, or simply one notes along with you? What do you do?
One notes.
So you're trying to convert your the capacity of a bag, which can handle more number of books, into a smaller size, or else otherwise the bag can be flexible such a way that you have a multiple the zips, right? When you close those zips, the bag becomes simple, I mean in a smaller size. Have you seen this kind of facility in most of the college bags nowadays? Do you see that you have a flexibility of modifying the size of the bag?
Yes, sir.
So similar to that actually. So you still wanted to take the bag based on the number of books. You try to unzip the number of that slots what is given for the expansion of the bag. Yes or no? Tell me.
Yes, sir.
So you try to understand here. It's all about the memory. Unknowingly, we request a memory to a computer or a compiler for allocating some number of bytes, and later you feel that the effective utilization of the memory is not happening, even though we have requested for the 4 bytes of memory. But during the program execution, I never take the value which can go beyond a 2 bytes. So let me convert my 4 bytes into a 2 bytes in the middle of the program. So is it not a good thing to convert a higher number of bits to a lower number of bits? Tell me. What is an advantage you try to get when you convert in a higher memory into a smaller memory? Can anybody tell what is the advantage?
No waste.
Sorry? Yes. You said something, no? You can tell. That's not a problem. I will correct it if anything is missing. What is the advantage of converting in a larger memory to smaller memory?
There is no waste of memory, sir.
Yeah, there is no waste of memory. First thing. Second thing is the memory, also needs some type of battery life. The battery life can be improved. Yes or no? More the memory, more activation, right? Lesser the memory, less activation. So power requirement is also reduced. Am I right?
Yes,
So
sir.
that kind of provision is there in the C programming. So we call that provision is a type conversion or a typecasting. Anything is okay. So do not get confused with the words typecasting or type conversion, both the same. So it is a way to convert a variable from one data type into the another data type. So there are two different classifications, or there are two types of type conversions are available. One is called implicit type conversion. The second one is called explicit type conversion. The meaning of implicit type conversion is the default, right? Without our knowledge, compiler will do automatically a conversion from one variable to the other variable. That is called implicit type conversion. The explicit type conversion means user wantedly or forcefully wanted to convert one data type to the other data type. I'll give you an example again. Have you seen a bags which are of elastic types? Based on the item you keep, based on the size of the item, automatically the bag will expand and compress. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Have you seen elastic bags? Any example for the elastic bags? Tell me. Okay, I'll tell the other way. Have you seen when you go to a sports shop, there will be some netted net type bags will be available for holding the basketball or football. Have you seen? Tell me.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Yes,
when you take out the ball from that bag, don't you think the bag becomes very narrow? The size of the bag.
Yes, sir.
yes, sir.
So it is like implicit. It means without your knowledge, you keep whatever size of the ball. Based on that, it will automatically convert to that shape. That's called implicit. Explicit means just now I mentioned you are wantedly making your bag by unzipping some of the slots in the bag so that it becomes expansion. So sometimes user wantedly has to make the conversion from lower to higher or higher to lower, and implicit means compiler itself will do without our knowledge the conversion from one data type to the other data type. So implicit is nothing but compiler will do. Explicit nothing but user we need to do it. Okay. So let us see the examples, some of them after this. So what is an implicit type conversion is nothing but C automatically converts any intermediate values to the proper type so that the expression can be evaluated without losing any significance. So this automatic conversion is known as the implicit type conversion. Whereas if the operands are of different types and lower type is automatically converted to the higher type before the operation proceeds. So let us understand what exactly it is going to happen. When the implicit type conversion, so you can see the hierarchy of the conversion. Okay, this hierarchy can be used while evaluating the expression. Short will be converted to int, int can be converted to unsigned int, unsigned to the long int. So this is like conversion hierarchy is given here. So generally for implicit, this is a flow, it is happening from lower memory to the higher memory. Coming to the explicit, you have a liberty to convert from any data type to any other data type. But coming to the implicit, you just remember this particular hierarchy. Short to int, into unsigned int, unsigned into the long int, then unsigned long int, then float, double and long double, so on. Okay. So this is the hierarchy. You all try to remember this particular thing. We call it as the implicit type conversion hierarchy. So this is an example. I hope everybody is able to see the example here.
Yes, sir.
So I need not to explain now what exactly each line indicates, but again, hash include stdio.in header file, which is needed for using some of the predefined functions. Then main is an entry point. Then you have a declaration declaration statement with int I is equal to 17. Can you tell me how many bytes are allocated? I is equal to 17. Can anybody tell how many bytes of memory is allocated when int I is equal to 17 is declared?
4.
Very
4
good.
bytes.
Yeah, when char C is equal to within the single quotes C is written. So what is the ASCII value of this small c?
99.
99. Already I gave small a to small z, 97 to 122. Small a is 97, B is 98, C is 99. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, how many bytes are allocated for the C?
1 byte.
1
1
byte.
byte. So keep on asking these things because you should never forget the number of bytes for each data type. Then float sum, is it defined or only declared?
Only
Float sum
declared.
is only a declaration or also definition?
Declaration.
Only declaration, sir.
Only declaration, there is no definition. So what is the contents of the sum? What are the contents in the memory of a sum?
Float values.
What does it contain? Respond. I will have a 17, C will have a 99, or character C, the sum has garbage. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Garbage means unwanted. We do not know what is there inside that memory. That is called sum. So total I have three different data types in the program. Now I'm trying to write a statement, sum is equal to I plus c. So you try to see here, the expression has three different data types. Is it not? Sum belongs to the float, I belongs to the integer, c belongs to the character. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So already I mentioned, no, even though for us the character will be a single quotes, so whatever you write alphabet, the computer will take its equivalent values and ASCII value. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So when you write
Yes, sir.
C, this is a variable name. It's not character C. Try to remember here. So not to have a confusion, character is a variable name of C. That variable I'm writing here C, which is a character type, and I'm adding to them integer. So automatically the character will be converted into integer. Not 17 is converted to character. Are you able to follow? In the previous one, what is this said? Implicit type conversion will grow from lower memory to higher memory, no? Yes or no?
Yes.
Character
Yes,
will
sir.
go and convert into integer, implicit, not from into to the character, because you might have a doubt. When there is a I plus C, there are two variables are available. You are trying to perform the addition. That 17 can be converted to the ASCII or corresponding character, because the second operand belongs to the character, or else the C is a character which can convert into integer. Which one is correct? Lower to higher is correct, or higher to lower is correct?
Lower to higher, sir.
Lower to higher. Lower to higher means I will take 4 bytes, character will have only 1 byte. So the character, even though I have written C character, but in equivalent value is how much?
99.
99.
99 plus 17? 116. Correct or not?
Yes, sir.
116 is how many bytes? Integer only, no? Overall integer. You are trying to convert
Yes,
a
sir.
character to the integer. It's a 4 bytes. Am I right or not?
Yes, sir.
Even
Yes,
though it is a 4
Yes, sir.
bytes, the type belongs to integer or character? Tell me.
Integer.
Integer. Again, what is my L value? L value means left hand side variable. It belongs to
Float, sir.
float. So your integer
Float.
is converted into.
Float, sir.
So that is what it is told now here. The integer, whether it is a int, long int, anyhow, don't think always it has to go through each and every step. But ultimately, the integer can go to float directly. Yes or no? Lower to higher is
Yes,
okay, but need not to be sequence. It should follow. Okay. So in that way, my total integer value of a 116 is converted into a float, so that my result sum is going to be printed as how much? Here you can see 116.0000. Is it not? Correct or
Yes,
not? Okay. Now if I am writing percentile D here, what is going to happen? Value of sum, percentile D sum.
One one six.
So, but float to integer is possible? Implicit.
No.
So
No,
you
sir.
verify, you are supposed to get an error, correct? Into to float is okay, but float to int is implicit is not possible. Explicit you can do it. Something like, no, you should write int of sum. Explicit conversion is possible, but not implicit. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Implicit
Yes.
means low to high, not high to low. Even though if I write a percentile D, I wanted to print integer by writing a float variable here, my printer will not do the conversion by default. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now you try to understand here. It is very simple to understand. The C gets converted into integer, which is your variable of character. But as a final value is, it is not correct. It is a float actually. So arithmetic conversion applies and the compiler converts I and C, which is a float integer result, into a float and adds them, yielding a float result. Is it okay? It's only an explanation what we have discussed. Only thing is, instead of double, you can write it as a float here. There's a printing mistake here. It must be a float. Okay. Shall I go to the next slide?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
No doubts?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. So you have a second example here. Again, int I is equal to 20. Then I'm trying to take double p. Then p is equal to a implicit type conversion. Then printf implicit value is percentile dp. I think last what I asked, no, I think it is compiler dependent. It is taking, I don't know which compiler was used here. So in this case, what is going to happen is p belongs to double, right or not? It is reverse. Float to integer is happening, no? Yes or no? Okay, otherwise I should remember. I'll go back to this slide. So you read this left hand side, the statement. What is this? This hierarchy can be used while evaluating what? Tell me. This hierarchy is going to be followed while evaluating what? Expressions. So only in the expression you can follow that integer or lower data type is converted to the higher integer or higher memory. But coming to the printf statement is not a expression. Am I right? Printf is not an expression. Am I right or not?
Yes, sir.
So I think that is the reason it is accepting. So it's not a problem. When you write percentile d, even though p belongs to the double, you're going to print 20 only. So here you can say implicit, it is an expression where p is equal to I is of lower number of bytes and p will be of higher number of bytes. How many bytes double will take? How many bytes for the double?
8.
8 bytes. How many bytes for the integer?
4.
4.
So according to you, if I'm taking double p is equal to 20.00 and int I semicolon I equal to p, can I write? I'm trying to say reverse. Here I is defined, p is garbage, and p equal to I is assigned. It is a expression. Now can I do it reverse? P will be defined, I will be declared, and I is equal to p. Can I write that way or not? Tell me. Understood my question, all of you? In this particular example, a lower byte is defined, higher byte is declared but not defined. You're trying to perform an implicit type conversion where the 4 bytes of I value 20 is converted into 8 bytes of a double and stored in the P. And the printf, it is not a expression. That is the reason, even though P is a longer size, but because I'm using a percentile D, only 20 is printed. If I'm going to use LD, what is the format specifier for the double? What is the format specifier for the double? Already I mentioned now in the previous classes. Small l and small d together, yes or no? Long double. Sorry, double only. Long double means capital L, small d. Is it okay? Respond, I'm talking to you only.
Yes, sir.
Okay, shall I proceed or any doubts in this? Shall I go to the next slide?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. Then we are coming to an explicit type conversion where user needs to forcefully convert one data type into the other data type. Here you have no restrictions. Lower to higher, higher to lower, you can do it. Okay, so you can let us look at here. The type conversion performed by the programmer by posing the data type of the expression of a specific type is known as explicit type conversion. The general form or syntax of the typecasting is you have an expression and besides an expression, whatever result you are expecting. So that type name you can write. So expression could be whatever it might be. You want overall 117 needs to be a character. Simply you write char inside the brackets. The previous example, I plus C has given 116. So I want 116 must be again a character result. Then you can simply write char inside that parenthesis. Then what will be the output? You are going to get 117 means it will be a relevant alphabet is going to be printed if you use a percentile say in the printf statement. Is it okay? Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay, here type name is one of the standard C data types, and the expression may be constant, variable, or an expression. Anything is okay. These three things you can use in place of the expression. So here some of the examples. Even though 7.5 belongs to the float, but I wanted to save in the x as an integer. So within the int, within the parenthesis, I'm writing int and 7.5. Can you tell me what is x is going to have? What is that going to be saved in the x? Tell me. You can say by truncation. What do you mean by truncation? The 0.5 will be ignored. Only 7 is going to be saved in the x. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
That's the meaning of it. Now, here, can anybody, it is written action, right? Evaluated as, because 21.3 I'm writing within the bracket int, the 0.3 will be truncated and it will be only 21. Divide by, again 4.5 you are writing int within the bracket, so 0.5 will be removed and it will be taken as a 4 only. So it will be evaluating as 21 by 4, and the result would be, if it is it all depends on the value of a. If a is a float, even the 21 the 5.0 is going to be saved, because integer, it is a division, no, which is always give the result as an integer. Integer value divide by integer value, result quotient is also integer. So that is the reason, even though it is 5 point, how much, 21 by 4, 5.2 change. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So the 0.2 is ignored, and a is going to have only the value 5. So this is called explicit type conversion. Wantedly 21.3 is converted into 21, and 4.5 is converted into the 4. Because it is an integer, division always result will be integer of two integers division. So that is the reason 5 is going to be saved in the a. Even though a belongs to the float, you will not get 5 point change. It will be giving 5.00 like that. Okay. The other way, if 21 by 4.2, if integer by float you are trying to perform the division, then your result will be float. You will get 5.02 something like 20 something like that. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
I will tell you the other way. Let me take the example here. I have a float a, then int a is equal to 10, b is not a, it should be b. It is, let me change. B is equal to 20. Then maybe C is equal to 30, or 3, let me take. Then A is equal to B by C, printf, percentile F, backslash N. Okay, can you tell me what is the result output? What is the result?
6.00.
Sorry?
6.00.
6.00. There is no 3, because the integer, right? Always the division operator is an integer operator. Division of two integers is integer result. Something like 5 by 2. Result is integer. If I take 5 by float 2, what is the result?
Float, sir.
Result I'm asking. Is it not 2.5?
Yes, sir.
Or else you can do this way also. Float 5 by 2. What is the result?
2.5.
2.5. Float 5 by float 2. Also 2.5. Okay. If any one of the operand is, any of the not divisor or dividend is float, the division will give you the result as float. But if both are integers, result is integer. Is it clear to all of you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Let me go back. So similarly, the a plus b, right? Irrespective of the what a is and a is b, the result once it is evaluating, wantedly it will be converting the result into integer, and that integer is copied into the y. And here only a is going to be the integer, right? A is converted to integer and then added to the b, because if I'm using a brackets for the a plus b, result is integer. If I'm having only for the a, only the input a is integer and it is going to add to the b, correct? Then finally convert x to double before using it. So x must be written besides a double, so x will be converted into double, then cos of double is going to be evaluated. So p is equal to the double result. Is it clear? These are some of the examples for the explicit
Yes, sir.
typecasting. So here some of the examples for explicit typecasting. We have a float with a variable a is equal to 5.25. Then I have an integer. Then I'm trying to make forcefully even though a belongs to the float, I'm trying to convert into an integer. Can you tell me what is b? B is going to say 5, right? It is given. Explicitly casting from float to integer, the value of b here is 5. Similarly, for the second example, we are trying to declare a variable character a. And one more thing you try to understand, higher bytes into a lower byte. Am I not converting here? Float belongs to higher, right? Data type.
Yes.
As per our conversion. But that conversion is valid only for the implicit. For the explicit, there is no rules. Even though float belongs to the higher, the hierarchy, you are trying to convert into lower level, right or not? Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, again, character C equal to capital A, which is a 1 byte. 1 byte is for anyhow implicit, it is you are converting in an integer. So even though you don't write, it will automatically convert into implicit also. There's nothing wrong in that. But even though you're writing within the bracket int, or you don't write, simply assign a C, it will convert implicitly because lower to higher implicit, no? Correct or not? The second example, you need not to write int within the bracket. Anyhow, C belongs to 1 byte, but left hand side variable is integer, it will automatically convert into integer. So explicitly casting from character to the integer, the value of x here is 65. So the ASCII code for the capital A is going to be saved into the x, which is 65. So this is second example, I think. Explicit type conversion. Same thing with the int I is equal to 20, and I'm trying to go with a shorter, means lesser number of bytes. Short contain how many bytes? Short contain how many bytes?
2 bytes.
2 bytes.
2 bytes.
I will have I has how many bytes?
4 bytes.
4
4
bytes.
bytes. So what is here happening? Lower to higher, higher to lower. What is happening in this explicit conversion?
Lower to higher.
Look at carefully and tell.
Higher to lower.
Higher to lower. No, I belongs to 4 bytes. I'm forcefully converting into short. So because P belongs to short, yes or no? Higher to lower it is, not lower to higher. Then simply you are printing the value of the P with percentage, you are going to get it 20 without any problem. Then comes, that is called type conversion. You try to practice as many as programs by using type conversion is possible, you do it. Then we go with the precedence and associativity. So precedence means in the given equation, if you write multiple, something like this. I'm trying to give an equation. Suppose I have a variable C is equal to 2 star 3 divided by or percentile 4 divided by 7 plus 5 minus 2. Something like that an expression is given, then there is a confusion arises, right? What is going to be first? Yes or no? You might feel 2 into 3 will be done first, or you can say 3 percentile 4 might be coming first, or you might feel 4 by 7 is first, or plus will be first, or minus will be first. So these are the confusion, yes or no? So
Yes.
whenever an equation has multiple operators in the expression, there should be some precedence. Precedence means which operator will be evaluated first, because higher priority. Even though I have total 5 total, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. First, I will discuss what is the precedence. Then I will come back to this program, this particular expression. You must tell me what is the result of this. Okay? Is it clear? I will not tell the result of this particular expression. First, let me explain precedence. Then I'll come back here, and you need to tell the result. So C has a precedence associated with it. This precedence is used to determine how an expression is involving more than one operator is evaluated. I think that is what I just now mentioned. Now coming to the associativity, the operator at higher level of the precedence are evaluated first. The operators of the same precedence are evaluated either from left to right or from right to left, depending on the level. So this is known as associativity property of an operator. So what it tells is, when you have basically more than one operator, every operator will have its own priority. Higher priority will be performed first, then lower priority. But some of the operators are at the same level and they are coming at a time. Then which must be done means left to right or right to left based on the following table. So I'll show you the table. That table is more important to all of you. You must remember. Okay. So precedence rules decides the order in which the different operators are applied, and associativity rule decides the order in which the multiple occurrences of the same level operator are applied. So C operators with their precedence and associativity are listed in the following table. You can see here. The first highest priority will be the parenthesis, which is a function call or left to right. Then the next level will be the square brackets. Then comes unary plus. Then comes minus. Then comes increment. Then comes decrement. Then logical negation. Then once complement or negation, I should say. Then pointer reference. These are all I have not discussed, but try to remember this table. In this table, what is important is only the arithmetic operators which I have given to you. So here it is said that associativity with respect to the levels actually. So left to right, every blue color shade is there, then white color shade is there, then I should say total how many levels are there here? 5 levels. Try to remember here. There are 5 levels are available. In the given equation, I did not give any parentheses or any square brackets. So whatever expressions I gave, they belongs to 2 levels basically. One is level 2, one is level 3. Yes or no? Rank is nothing but level. You try to understand. Now, what do you mean by right to left? Bottom to top or top to bottom? What do you mean by right to left? If you write all these things in adjacent wise, what do we write? First we write bottom one or first we write the top one? Tell me. You're able to follow this table or not? Just a minute, I'm getting a call. Sir. Yeah, okay. Let us go back to the topic. Okay, try to understand all of you. There are some levels are given here. So this is level 1, which is given in the, I think, light blue color. Then there is a white color level 2, again blue color level 3, then level 4, and then level 5. Okay. So here, first is left to right level 1, then right to left level 2, and then it is level 3. There is a small correction here. Actually, it is the star should come inside this only. These three things will come in the level 2 only, because as per my knowledge, the star should be the higher priority compared to the plus, because if the star is coming into the second level, when you say right to left, we start writing, you know, something like this. Just a minute. I'll go back here. Plus, minus, maybe next what is there? Let me verify. Plus, minus, then left to right, no? Okay, first I'll write the only plus minus. So plus minus we write this way. This is called left to right. This is left to right. Then I will write in the second level where this one. Left to right means star, then what is that? Division, then modulus operator. I think it is right to left, I think. I just made a mistake here. Let me go back. It is right to left. It's not L to R, it's R to L. It is R to L. R to L. Then we have star, division, and modulus. This is L to R. If I am trying to combine both these two, left to right means first star will be the higher priority, then division, then percentile, then minus, then plus. No. First plus, then minus. Is it clear? See, right to left means, yeah, I think first minus will come. There is a small change. So this is first, this is second, this is third, this is fourth, this is fifth. Now can you tell me what is the result of this? Which one will be performed first? Tell me.
Multiplication.
So it will be 6, percentile 4, then division 7, plus 5, minus 2. Next, which one will be performed? Tell me.
Division.
Division. So 4 by 7 is how much? 0, correct? Quotient is 0, no? 4 by 7.
Yes, sir.
This is second level. This is first. This is second. Next is what?
Percentile.
Percentile. 6 percentile 0. What is the result?
0.
6 now, reminder. Percentile means what?
Yes, sir. Reminder.
6.
0, 0, 0. It will be reminder 6 now. Yes or no?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
6 plus 5 minus 2. Third one, this is. Next.
Subtraction.
5 minus 2. 3. Then? Is it clear?
Addition.
So this result will be this much. So what you can do is you can write randomly some numbers, right? Numbers, and randomly you write some operators. Theoretically you evaluate on the notes and try to execute and see result in the computer. Can you do that? I hope you can do it, right?
Yes, sir.
If at all, see you got star and division you got in the same case. In that case, left to right means first star will given the higher priority. Yes or no? I think we got here, no? The star and division has got, these three has got at the same level. So left to right means star is having higher the priority. Then this will have the higher priority. Then this will have the higher priority. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Is it clear? So this is important actually. More you practice, more you remember. Otherwise, very difficult to remember the associativity. That is the meaning of it. So associativity means left to right or right to left combination you try to remember. And the precedence or what is the priority means vertically you should remember. So vertically is called priority, and associativity is nothing but in the same level if more than one symbol are available, we call associativity as a left to right or right to left. Is it okay? Is it clear?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, I think you have some more operators. This I'll leave it to you for your practice purpose. I will anyhow forward this. You try to have printed of this and try to evaluate on the notes and verify from the computer programming results. So there are 3 sheets are available. And coming to the summary of the operator precedence, the comma operator has the lowest precedence, unary operators having the highest precedence, and operators sharing the common block in the above table have the equal priority or a precedence. While solving the expression, equal priority operators are handled on the basis of first in, first out, that is operator coming first is handled first. Then this is one of the example of precedence. Here what we have done is we are taking 2 variables with number 1 and number 2 with 10 and 20, and the result is for the third variable, and you are writing result is equal to number 1, I think star 2 plus number 2. So which one will be evaluated, star or plus? Tell me. Star will be evaluated first or plus will be evaluated first?
Star.
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 So star. So 10 into 2, right? Yes,
Yes,
or no?
sir.
So 10 into 2 is how much?
Yes, sir.
20.
20.
20,
20 plus 20.
40.
40.
40.
Now you can see here. The final result is how much?
40.
You can see in the bottom, right? So that is what I said. When you have a star and plus, first star will be evaluated, then plus will come. So in this case, multiplication operator will have the higher priority than the addition, and assignment operator. So multiplication will be evaluated first. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Then comes associativity here. In the above example, none of the operator has equal priority. In the below example, some operators are having the same priority. Now you got result is equal to number 1 star 2 plus number 2 star 2. Now can you tell me what is going to be evaluated first? Left to right. Yes or no? Left to right means first this star will be evaluated. You can see here. Here in the bottom, it is given number 1 star 2 plus number 2 star 2. Left to right means first number 1 star 2 will be evaluated. So 10 into 2. 10 into 2 is equal to 20 plus 20 star 2. Again 20 into 2, then it will be 40. Then 20 plus 40 will become 60. Is it clear? Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Associativity
Yes, sir.
is nothing but which star will be performed first in left to right. Is it clear? First left one will be evaluated, then right one will be evaluated. Okay. So with this, the topic of precedence, then associativity, then type conversion topic is over. I guess the topic from the first unit are covered. The next class I'm going to start the constructors in the C program. But before that, I want all of you to practice as many as programs are possible by using the precedence, then typecasting and associativity. Okay. Okay, just
Okay.
hold on. I'll take the attendance, then you can leave. First, let me stop the class.